Well, hello, and good morning. This is Jillian with the Joe Design, and we are here with our weekend craft project. And I decided I needed to get back to our altered book, our big, beautiful, fat, lovely baby. This is a series, as you can see. Usually the preview photos are a little different, and there is a number. I think we've got 11 or 12 videos now. I think of this. But we had, last time we talked, we did finally put a cover on this, a nice soft one, really glued in right into the pages and on the spine so it stays covered. But she is crocodile. She even bends a little. There's so much going on here. But besides many, many pages of simple places to write on, there are plenty of pockets, coffee dyed pages, interactive pages, where, open up, find tucks, right? Things everywhere. Still have lots of little details to deal with, but I am trying to get down to the last, of our lovely ordeals, but finding fun ways to fold the pages that we have in here, book pages pretty much. So everything you see, every pocket is actually a page folded in or out to make it work. Otherwise, we just covered it, in this case with coffee dyed and eco-dyed papers, so that every section of interactive, there's quite a few coffee dyed pages to play with. Little tucks and goodies. But we have been working on this for some time now, and just decided that today I would get out of our blue series, because we've been doing so much blue lately. But everything has, something going on. We are going to, hold on a minute. I thought we'd go ahead and start working on another section. But with doing that section, I got all kinds of fun little things going with it. So I figured we'd make a full video out of it. Let's see, this one has that. So we've got that going on. And this little cute thing was holding this back. So it's decorated on that side, but this opens up to be writing. You open it up, there's just a cute like a cute dividing piece. Again, this is all could be written on. So though it's a very thick journal, it definitely has lots of writing space and lots of fun things to look at. So this is a botanical scrappy type altered book. So a lot of printouts and things that go together, or can be a little eclectic, but they all sort of still feel very cohesive in its own stuff. So today we are working on with what is technically 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then a smaller page, 5. So this actually took up 4 book pages here, which is great. Yeah, only 4. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, because this 4 also coincides with this one. So that was 4, that's 5. And that would be 6 and 7? That would be 7, I think. So some things may have been pulled off and added back in, but the goal is to use 7 or 8 pages, anywhere from 5 to 8 book pages to create, something interactive and fold out and whatnot. So yeah, that's 1. No, that's 2. That's 3. Oh, and then 4, 5, 6, 7. I may have cut one out too. It's already 8 pages. So what I want to do today is do sort of a continuous pocket where the book page, though it has 2 pockets, and we're going to do actually a flip up for some writing space. This is going to be continuous, so we're just going to cut it in sections. So you look at it, you see almost the whole page, but there's going to be places to, of course, slit into. When this opens up, this will be coffee dyed paper, with this just sort of, decorated in one area. So a little bit of writing space, a little bit of decor, but we're going to be able to, we're going to be able to tuck something in here. I don't know if I want to, now I'm thinking that needs to be all coffee dyed as a writing space, but maybe we'll decorate this up in a way that this is what slides in, because we're going to make a hidden paper clip up here, And then we have a large journal card that goes in here. And this has a whatever fold out thing that gets glued on the back. So a lot going on. So I guess I better get going. Oh, look, I better get going. There's so much to do. Hope you all had a wonderful 4th. Let's see. I don't even know. There's about, like I said, there's quite a few parts to this. And I think we'll start with, we're going to do a little bit of a darker, maybe Kool-Aid coat. You know, it's really dark there, but I think these are more Kool-Aid, avocado type, you know, eco-dyed papers. So we got this really pale green and yellow, and then we've got this, which I think is a nice contrast to what we're doing. But we're doing a lot of light butterfly and bunny sort of green and yellows to change up the constant that we've been working on. My voice is a little off this morning, so please forgive me. Still not fully awake, but it's early, and I wanted to get our Saturday morning video done. So it's literally Saturday morning while I'm crafting this, and then poof, I'm popping it up. Now this one to make it work, for whatever reason, I did cut, you know, up a little bit on this page because it's all the way up here, and so we folded it down, but it looks like I trimmed it and stuff to make this work. So I did have some, you know, we altered it a little bit to make it work, but I glued this flap down because it was going to get glued down here to make it just a pocket, but I thought it'd be fun to open it up and actually use it. And since there's a rip, we can cover it with some paper, and then once we get this paper down, you know, we can sort of glue that little corner to make sure it stays in place. So we're going to start doing our odd angle, huh? Oh, that's an odd cut, but we're going to maybe then fussy it a little bit so we can get it going. I hope you guys had a wonderful Friday. We got some lovely plans this weekend, whether it's, you know, holiday based or not. We had a nice week. We had a nice Friday. We got up and what did I do first? I had something going on first thing in the morning. Oh, I don't know what I did first thing in the morning. There was something I had going on. It was like nice, but but we got up, got going, and met up with a new friend. My daughter has a great friend at school, and she wanted to have her and another friend over for the weekend. But, you know, I'm used to everybody coming to me, and I forget that every once in a while a parent goes, I need to know who you are. And I'm like, oh, yeah, let's meet. I'm okay with that. So it was great. We got together for coffee and talked for like 2 hours. So we got to know each other, which is great. We're going, you know, these girls are going to high school, and they sort of, you know, need to recreate a new, sorry, that's my cat. Need to create a new village, a new village of contacts and what ifs. And so, that's not gonna help me on that. So it was sort of nice to meet a new parent, because we never know, you know, when you're gonna need help. When we're like, hey, by any chance, can you pick her up? Can you do this or that, right? So it was great to meet her, and so that she felt comfortable enough to let her come over tonight. Because we're doing another sleepover. I know my oldest is like, why did I have all these sleepovers? I'm like, because you didn't have a lot of friends, I guess. I mean, she had, cat, love, sorry. I have a few boxes that sort of make a stepping, like a staircase into the back corner of many shelving units. And I like to get in there, but then they realize, oh, wait, maybe I don't want to be back there. Actually, let's use the proper rip tool. Anyway, she's like, why did I have all these sleepovers? I'm like, I don't know. You know, I mean, yes, she had two really good girlfriends in the beginning of high school. And we tried to take them places, and we tried to have them spend the night, but again, that was, you know, a little different. Hold on one second, ladies and gentlemen, sorry. What, do you want me out? I know, everybody was in last night, and everybody had to stay inside because of all the fireworks, and so, yeah, they're a little antsy today. But anyway, yeah, no, we tried to have them over and spend the night or stay late, or so yeah, we are going to go a little over on this one. We're going to really make sure that we have a nice coverage so that it sort of reinforces this lovely little flap. Oh, excuse me. But no, it's all right. We just, you know, you just I think when she was younger, you know, we had mutual, I had 3 or 4 really good friends, and so our kids did everything together. So there was a lot of, you know, little kid sleepovers. Just not as many, like, girlfriend sleepovers as we expected. I'm like, well, everybody's different. Everybody does a different, you know, has different, I don't know what's the word, just needs, desires, wants, social levels. So anyway, she was just like, man, like, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But she gets, you know, my oldest gets time with me when the younger one has her friends over. Then her and me get to, like, you know, binge watch movies or have certain food, or I don't know. So well, then hang out with me. So anyway, so yeah, I don't know what her and me are doing tonight. Whether we are supernatural fans. Oh my gosh, I don't know on the who watches this, but any of the slightly younger generation. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, the Supernatural started in like 2005, something like that. And it went for 15 years. So it's 2020. That sounds about right. 15 seasons, and you know, I've never watched it, so we started this sometime last year, and now of course we're, you know, season 8, like we're, you know, halfway through, and like, just you're hooked. It's so funny. Oh, okay. Ooh, well, maybe. Hold on. I don't know how much I really. Ooh, don't rip. I don't really know how much of the weird. Not that we can't do a little lace, but I really don't want too much of the sketches showing. Okay, so now I'm just gonna fold, I think. There we go. Now we do have this, but I think what we're gonna do is when we do this, we're just gonna cover right up to that edge. So it'll have that nice little darkness. That'll be very beneficial. But now I feel like our flap is getting more and more secure. These altered books are definitely interesting. There's a lot to keep in mind, and everything bends and bulges and, you know, wants to work accordingly. And you're like, press down, because you are, you know, you're playing with the spine. Now I did take the last sections out, so what's left here, which is beautiful, is great. This is what we're working on today. That'll be coffee dyed, you know, papers, which I think, you know, I'm running out. I'm getting down to like a lot of pinky ones. I'm like, oh no. This will be a continuous pocket this way, so I can either do you know, 3 separate pieces of paper, or like we're doing today, make it one piece that just continues on. And this is simple tuck in the back. These are going to be coffee dyed, you know, interactive coffee. And then we have like 4 back here that are to play with that I need to fold in some fashion. And then it's just some, you know, pages like this where I may put little clustered corners. And we're done. So I don't know. I'm like really excited. I don't know if I'll do it all on camera, but I realized I hadn't done this in a while, and I just was going to play with this really quickly, and little things start popping up from the journal cards, the back, things I was like, well, I want to share with you guys. This is something fun and ways to do it. So our fold down is taken care of. So now, I don't know. Yeah, it's one of those things. I don't really want to forget about it, but I don't want it attached right now either. Good, you know, nice way to do this is sometimes just to take a big piece. I put a thumb notch in it, knowing that we're just gluing top and bottom, and we have this long, lovely pocket. Now, I could do that now so it's not in my way, but I feel like we definitely need to do some inking. Oh my gosh, I think that's making this, what makes this whole thing work so well is that it is inked. You know, it's aged. Things are ripped and paneled, and it's just making it for that wonderfully, you know, eclectic book. And I hope someone will just fall in love with it and want to use it. But I do want to make sure everything is inked. I don't want to spend too much time here. I will try. Let's see. And the reason I'm doing almost all of them is because in case something shifts, you know, it's just a nice layer on top of layering of of ink because, you know, you never know when something's going to show. Now, I did do that Etsy review of the journals on Thursday. Thank you for watching. The Seaside one, I believe, is still up for sale. I did not get the Traveler's Notebook up yet. I am so sorry. Thursday was busier than I expected. And then, you know, Friday, of course, the holiday. So this was supposed to get done. You know, I was going to film this yesterday beforehand. But chit-chatting and meeting new friends and getting ready for 4th. Because once we had our little coffee date in the morning, late morning, you know, I had to go back to the grocery store because I forgot the salads. I wanted some side salads for last night's dinner. I didn't want to be making everything. And so we were like, oh, wait. So I ran back there. So I'm going to try to just do a quick, since this is all getting hidden, I don't want it to catch on whatever we put in here. Probably the fun part, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, oh, look, I'm making all these fun interactive pockets and tags and things, or pockets and stuff, and then I'm like, oh, I have to fill it. That's my only regret. I was like, oh, I now have to fill that. I forget about that. Okay, so we just want to, you know, glue it down so that it is nice and secure, so that it's out of the way when we are making the pockets. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue the back page down now, because I don't need to, it'll just make it stronger, so I'm not really stressing about pages. And that's the other thing is, you know, we're working with these, so when you glue the pages together, you know, you're constantly reinforcing things and just making them, you know, more. Ugh. So then, yeah, we just put a big journal card in here, which maybe hopefully we'll get to. And the only reason I don't have another fold or something here is because we're going to glue something here. So, yes. Okay. Okay. Make sure we keep our glues on because that's what we're being morning that it is. There is coffee going on this morning. I have my, what is it? Make time for sunshine, which you can't see because, oh yeah, coffee dye everything in front of me if I did that. But it does have a cute little sunshine inside there. My friends are great. We all go through spurts where we give each other coffee mugs. We all do coffee. And so coffee mugs go around quite a bit throughout the holidays and birthdays. And I think last Christmas, or this past Christmas, one of them did a Friends cup mug. We love Friends, which I'm going to be watching with the girls again. Where is my cutter? There it is. We started that started Friends over before hubby passed. When he came home from his hospital visit, there's nothing else to do, and all of a sudden he just found it on some channel, which was funny, and started watching it. So we were watching it with him, but we realized that after he passed that it was 2 different accounts, thankfully. And so we started, me and my youngest, got going on it again. We got back into it, and all of a sudden we were rewatching episodes. It was a weird deja vu. We're like, huh, wait, oh yeah, we were watching that with Dad. Okay, that makes sense now. So yeah, that was a little weird, but we decided to restart it because there's times where we just want to sit and, hang for just long enough during dinner, before we all have to go off into our own little whatever. And so we just throw on Friends. We'll just watch Little Friends. I don't know if we're watching a movie. Let's just watch Friends. And it's like 3 hours later. And I was like, well, we could have watched the movie, guys. We really could have. But I think it's just the non-commitment, I guess, to it. Really, I think it's not so much that, we didn't want to watch a long movie. We just didn't want to commit to, a consistent movie. We really wanted to rewatch or start watching we wanted to watch the new movie Sinners last night. We're sort of curious. We like action. We like a little bit of suspense. My youngest really likes suspense. I'm just like, oh, girly. Okay, so what I did is we have one page. It fits from top to bottom, or a little bit extra over, which is great. But what we will do is we're going to cut it just a little bit below so it tucks in. And then the next piece is going to go down a little bit below. And what's left here on the bottom corner is going to cover this. And I believe when we do this, this will be available. So we will cut this out and get it glued on. So we're going to sort of relayer some things. That, and I think this one, we're going to do some fussy cutting and relayer this back up. So I also pulled our European border lace, which we have in 5 colors. This is the sage green, which I think will be gorgeous. I pulled some of our floral pearls that are in a row. We sell this in 12-inch increments. Pretty. It is so. And then I have like some of our webbed mesh. The green and the, I do have green, okay, good. Green and the like pale champagne gold. And they're all beautiful colors for this. So when I say we, I mean that me and my mom, Lorette, a vintage paper girl. She has a number of videos herself. But we are YouTube and we are Etsy. So we have an Etsy shop for all you lovely ladies. If you're new to me and you're new to Lorette, we here at designjournalsupply.etsy.com provide small quantities of all your, well, not all your favorite, because I don't know if I have all of them yet, a number of your favorite supplies, either we use in our videos, things that we all see people work with, if we can, and we provide you the ability to shop smaller quantities, so that you do not have to have, 20 yards of something, or 100 bags of something, and you're stuck with one design. We did like we did the bag, you have to go look, we did like a bag series over here, and I used a number of the different paper bags that we have. This was actually one of our large brown paper bags that I actually glued down, right? We glued it up and over, and cut it and made a pocket out of it. So we actually wrapped the book page with a bag. Here we laid down two different bags here. We had the itty bitty, I call them itty bitty cute brown paper bags, and our stars. We have a gold set of glassine type paper bags. So, we did sort of a bag, pages over here. But sometimes these things come in sets of 50 to 500. So for me, it's one thing to do it as a wholesale type thing, and then make it smaller packets for you guys so that you can have a number of different bags or yards of lace or trims or whatever. There's hordes of different things, and not feel like you have to have, you don't have to break the bank, buying something that you're like, well, now I have hordes of that and I only needed it for one project. Not until you get really going, then you go, okay, well, yeah, that's one of my favorite things, so I'm willing to spend the money for 100 of those because I am okay with that. File folders in some bases, there's a point where you go, oh my gosh, I love those, so I will totally, I will totally use that all the time. And you'll go purchase it in big quantities. But a lot of you ladies just want to try it out or touch it up or, make a item. I might be off camera for a second. I'm just trying to rip my mark and keep it somewhat straight. There we go. So we do, a supply shop for you ladies. And then, of course, as I create things here, or Lorette is able to do her mass makes of things, we go ahead and, provide them for you guys to buy. So it is handmade items, it is supplies, it is things, everything in between. So, and then I have the digital side, which if you like right now I'm using, for the most part, this whole book is all my digitals, all botanicals and collaged kits throughout the years that I've done and I have printed out. So what I'm doing is trying to get through and use up a good chunk of my supply by making this beautiful eclectic book. Okay, so let's see, how are we doing? Get it in here. And see, it still has a look that almost looks like it, you know, continues on. So it's almost hidden. So if it wasn't for that little line of ink, you know, you would almost not know it was there. So here we go. Only because I need to use every ounce of it. Am I not just gluing it down? So I'm like, nope, I need. So it's, I guess I call them my continuous pockets, because it's not collaged in a way where, like we know, these go together, right? These are all very similar pieces. Like this very well may be, you know, on the other end of the page, but, you know, they are same piece of paper, but I flipped it around, so it's not exactly the same. It doesn't look like it continues on. Which one? Like these, this one is a continuation, right? Same page, I just kept tacking in. This isn't. This is, you know, two different pieces that I just went ahead and put together, you know. So it's nice when the page keeps going, the piece of paper, and you just have these sort of hidden pockets. Other times it's really fun to do different pieces of paper and really just collage it on. Okay. Yeah, don't move. Shoot. Okay, not too bad. It's somewhat hidden, don't get me wrong. It's nice that it's not completely. And I did do the sides of the pages, so now all I'm doing is inking where. Oh, that is tight. Oh, yeah, because it moved on me. Whew. Okay. And when we're done, we're just going to glue down the sides and you get your immediate pockets. But this is definitely something you want to make sure you have all your papers covered first and then glue it all together, because if you do it as you go, you might go, man, I wanted to add in something. As you see me do, going, but I really wanted that. Oh man, I forgot. Which happens quite often. But yeah, so we had our thing, and then we, my daughter wanted to make she wanted to make some kind of fruit tart thing. But, you know, she sees things and she doesn't quite grasp it. And I was like, well, we're not going to cook so much. So, anyway, she made a graham cracker crust, which, yeah, she learned how to do all that, which is real easy. And then we just made instant pudding instead of a custard. And we made some Jell-O, because she wanted to make a flag. She wanted to make a red, white, and blue 9x13, you know, dessert. And she wanted red, you know, we wanted to use strawberries, which we should have just cut the strawberries and made our red parts of our flag, which is strawberries. But we did take a bunch of strawberries and sort of pureed them up. And they got real watery. So we had to learn, like, oh, okay, we have to make a trench, right? Make it like when we score something, okay, make a trench, pour in that puree we just created, because it was runny. And I'm like, I think we need to cover it with strawberries. So anyway, it was really good. I mean, it was really tasty, surprisingly. A little bit of blue raspberry Jell-O on top of the vanilla pudding wasn't actually half bad. I wasn't so sure if it was going to be something we were going to like, but it was actually not bad. I was like, okay, I think we can do this. Now this goes all the way to the end, and I'm thinking I'm okay with that. Even if it may overlap, we'll just ink it. I don't know if I'll try to cut it off or not, because it would be sort of a... Now what we do need to do, though, is fold it back where we think we want it to go. So we have the edge covered pretty nicely. And we bring it in just a little bit when we're done. And we will do a harsh edge on that one. I can see what's left, which I love, is this. And I want to cut this out and glue it down so it's a layer for our flip up pocket here, our flip out tuck. Because then we're going to put a, this is the hard part. This may be a different type of tear. I want to put a hidden paper clip on this one, this pocket, so it keeps our flap down and it keeps whatever we tuck in there in place. So I want to have that journal card in there, and I also want, you know, you've got copy dyed and you have a journal card tucked in and ready. So we'll get 1, 2, 3 things, 3 journal cards here, plus the big one that goes into the main pocket, which we will work on that, probably potentially the main pocket at some point. I know I don't think I'm going to get as far as I want on this today. I don't think I'm going to get that far, but we'll see. Lots I want to do, which is great, but I think I'll go to the inside before we get to the hidden pocket, or the journal card, or the journal cards, or the paper clip. I want to do the back side of this one because I thought it had another fun element to it. I was trying to figure out how to use up pages and what to do with it. So, okay, so now we've got this one, which actually ended up covering quite a bit. It did, you know, we did have a slight, whatever you want to call it. So I don't know whether to leave that or not. Because, I mean, I could ink it really good, but it's sort of blue. And I don't, only thing if I left it would be to put, like, something here, almost like a tab, so you can feel the fact that there's something heavier there. But I think I'm just going to cut it off. I'm like, no. What am I going to do? I know, I'm using my shears for everything, which is bad. I probably should be just doing fabric, but I'm actually going to go, there you go. There we go, perfect. Oh, I like that, okay. You know, when you only have one pair of scissors that do this, you sort of run with it and just pray for the best. But I do like the idea of putting the trim on the bottom of this one, though. Using it sort of like a weighted edge or a weighted tab, so you know to maybe move it all. Oh, okay. But yeah, so well, it is July. It is the Christmas in July, which of course I'm not doing Christmas. I know I'm tempted, but I don't know what to do. I guess I could pull some stuff out. We do have some, like I said, I mentioned Thursday, we do have some stuff that was from Christmas and definitely, you know, designed for Christmas. So I want to put this down here, I think. Only if I could have cut that straight, huh? If I try, I don't know if I'm going to make it better or worse. You know me, I'm like, there we go. It helped a little bit. Okay. Just a little bit. I'm like, if we keep going, we'll have nothing left. But I love it because you have the book pages folded, you have the coffee dyed, and you have the paper on top. So you have a nice thick, you know, very nice thick area here that flips out, that isn't, you know, in the way. Okay. So now I should be able to glue everybody down because we are not, everything we do now is on top. To decor the pages, to decor the pockets. Now what I don't have is any, and I don't think I want to, is to have any thumb notches here. I think because it's decent sized pages, or decent sized pockets, I don't feel we really need it. You'll be able to see, being such a pale pocket set, we'll be able to see whatever we put in here pretty easily. Some of these pages are great, but you don't even, everything is so collaged. You almost miss the fact that there is something in a pocket, which is nice in its own right, but it definitely means I need to go back and put some lace or something on those pages. I'm like, I think we need to put something on those journal cards. No one knows. Oh, I forgot to do the bottom, huh? I'm like, whoops, everything's gonna fall right out of our pocket here. I'm like, I forgot about that. Let's get our multiple pages glued to each other on the bottom. You know, all three of them. Whoops. Well, no, that one should have glued. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'm like, I kept doing the sides and forgot there is a bottom. That needs to be taken care of. Otherwise, all of our goodies fall right out of our book. With all the eco dye, though, sometimes the pages definitely ruffle and they don't want to stay down. The only thing about eco and coffee dye I noticed, things don't really stay flat. So you have to make sure, like, well, is that glued down enough? And are we going to catch it? And will it stay without getting in the way? Okay. Joys of our glitter glue. Tiny little tip. Okay. So there we go. So there's making sure I didn't glue that down. He flips open to write on. So we'll put a paper clip here to hold everything in place. Keeps this flap down and it'll keep our journal card in place. So there's a little bit of a contrast and something different. Right, to hold in place. We'll make that a little thicker. We'll back it with papers and stuff and make it, you know, a thicker journal card. So the goal will be to then cut him out and layer him up and over here. And then I was thinking about this guy and gluing him maybe up here in some fashion. So that is the potential to do. But at the moment, I want to get into the back side before, you know, we get too far. Now, the back, which is hard to work on. Well, the back's getting hard to work on. For the moment, where's the white? There we go. We'll do this to keep this together. See if it helps. Okay. Okay, so on the back here, what I want to do is we have... yes, this one we're using 2 pages, or 1 page. But we are putting our beautiful bright colored bottles on this page. And then this continuous flip up page is going to have this cute butterfly on it. So, again, it's sort of a working it all together, of course. But what do I do? Oh, like I can't find my cutter. That's a problem. Keep our deckled edges and all of that glory. Okay, and then I'm going to measure here, tuck it in nice and tight, and figure out how far out I need to go. I think to the E. Let's see, hopefully this works the way I want it to. But yeah, I have, and it's this kit here, actually, that'll be Monday, Tuesday's project. A week ago Thursday, Lorette did an adorable pharmacy bag. All-in-one pharmacy bag, like standalone little journal book. And I wanted to do a very heavy, I know wrong time of the year, but a heavy bunny botanical version of it. She did the Victorian and shabby ladies, like pink shabby and Victorian ladies. I have, you know, more of this type of, or more actually more of, you know, more of this type of bunny decor. Beautiful windowed pieces that are made perfect, I think, for pages. But I want to, she did a pharmacy bag. I want to do a Subway bag, which is a little longer, and I'm hoping to take it one step. It has two pages automatically built in when you, by the way, by how you cut the bag. And so you got like a little flap cover, and it opens up, and you can get 2 pages right out of the bat for decor in it. And so right now this is sticking out because of the cutout. I'm actually sticking out already. So I think we're going to take a little bit off. I want to see if I can do what she does. So go back to a week ago Thursday. I think it's her last video that was up. And watch her do it. And then I am hoping, like I said, to go one step farther and see, this is, take the challenge and see by cutting it still open the way she did to get the 2 pages. I'm going to see if I can get one more out of it. I want to use the gusset, since it's a slightly bigger bag, and tab in the 3rd page. So the gussets are going to allow us in the bag to, you know, glue 2 pages back to back using the gusset as a tab to create a 3rd page in that book. So that is my goal on, I think, Monday or Tuesday. We'll see if I can get another video done this weekend for that. Now, the only thing is we'll have to definitely go back in. Now I can either mark it and try to make it so that maybe it has its own layering. I think we're just going to find middle here. I think I'm going to put my hole punch in now. I thought I heard a cat. One of them comes out. He's so quiet. I don't know he's in here till later. I'm like, oh. So, let's see. Sometimes it's hard to do this once it's already in place. So, I think we're just going to call it a day and make the best effort out of this. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect lined up, and it doesn't have to be the same depth, as long as this one covers, you know, the first one. And even if it doesn't, I think it has a nice effect. All right, I didn't go as deep with that one. Yeah, that's the other problem. Okay. Different entities. Oh, I should have waited, I guess. That also might have been a different size. Well, interesting. So what I'll probably do is go back in. We will probably go tighter to the top, and I'll go back in and I will cut it to match. And I'm literally on my side, guys. I'm trying to show you, and I did not even realize how thick and temperamental that this might be. So let's see if we can... So these are misprints. As you can see, I ran out of ink while I was printing the kit. And, or I was, misprinting, running out of color. See, that's the page we used on the other side. They're supposed to be front and back, I think, and I'm doing my test runs and I'm deciding how this should go, and I actually ran out of ink apparently. I was like, okay, good to know. I'm gonna go up a little higher since I'm having this issue with the top here. I don't want to show too much of it though. Let's see here. The joy, it's really good having the glue stick because maybe, well, maybe not. Never mind. It's gonna go there. I was gonna bring it down a little bit, maybe on the bottom, but it is not cooperating. So, glue stick is great. Gets you started. Lets you move it around a little bit, and then you can go back in with your glitter glue in any areas that didn't quite stick on the edges. So I love the glitter glue on it for that aspect, because it is easy for me to just go in with the little stuff. Okay. I wanted this in place so that so I knew where to put my next piece, and that's the only reason why I'm really... Now there is all the way around an extra. This is taller than expected. I don't think I could, I can't even get that in the book. I was like, I'd try to cut it off, but there's no way to do a deckled edge on that. I can't get the cutter in there. So I'm just gonna have to cut it. Oh, because it's too, well, lace, right? Nope. We will lace this to make it look more on purpose and cover up the fact that there is another piece of paper back here. It is blue. It's not even, it doesn't really go with what's on this side. So we are going to, come on, because I don't want to cut it off, because then I have this flat edge. And it looks great on the other side. So I think we're just going to, hold on. We're just going to pull out my favorite lace, and we're just going to do that. And that way I'll do it just where I can still tuck in or overlay our yellow floral piece. We're just going to make it stick out and make it work. I love it. Lace and glitter fixes everything, right? Oh, but my fabric tech is not ready. Okay, coffee break. All right. So, yeah, anyway, we're talking about for Christmas in July. So, yes, we have some supplies in the shop still. Meshes, trims, charms, things like that. And then in the jewel design side, the digital side, that is me, at the jeweldesign.etsy.com, I released my Christmas kits, the digital Christmas kits that I've had over the years. I really should try to do another set. I know I love winter. I didn't do the winter. The winter is still in the archives. Our winter and our shabby Christmas is still put aside. We just went for the red and greens, for the traditional Christmas and July stuff I released, and it's on sale. 10% off right now through Sunday for the digital side. If you want to get a kit to work with right now, I know there's some stuff going on, and all my kits that are up do have, ephemera pieces and whatnot to work with. And, all the pages can be collaged and played with and layered and all that fun stuff. So there's Christmas at your door, and there's vintage Santas and vintage Christmas greeting card, like something. A couple different naming conventions there. So I think I just realized, now did we... I think we reinforced. I don't know if we. I'm like, sorry. I just realized like we wanted to reinforce that edge. So those are up for sale right now as both Christmas in July and a little bit of an anniversary thing. The jewel design side's been up for 5 years now. I've been, I started creating digitals 5 years ago during COVID, and been a little bit on hiatus there. I haven't done as many digitals. We did one in this last Halloween. I did do a very sort of European Gothic kit. I wanted to do a project, and I didn't have anything I wanted. Like, I didn't know what to use with it. So it was great because I could use photos from our Europe trip, and they blended really well in with some other things that I had found. And I was like, that doesn't go there. And so it was a nice little kit. I had fun with it for me, and then so I got to put it out there for you guys to purchase. So that'll be up soon. But I figured I'd do a little Christmas. I don't know. I really should probably try to find a new theme this year, right? I mean, I've done three volumes of the Snowy Winter, where I keep adding in blues and snowflakes and snowmen and deer, and so I don't know if there'll be another one of those or not. And then I don't know. So I've done a pink shabby Christmas. Was it shabby? Maybe just shabby Christmas. And a Christmas at your door and a shabby Christmas. Okay, so now I'm guessing because I can't tell this way. That's the only downside of this one, when you can't get it in there to see what you're doing. I don't want to rip anything. God. There we go. Okay. Whew, got it. Okay. Yeah, I haven't done a shabby one in a while. It was Shabby Christmas at Home. I think that's what it was. That was cute. I've done a Cozy Winter. I've done Christmas at Your Door, Vintage Santa. Rhett needed to had a cover, and she's like, I need, sort of this stuff. And so I think it was one of the last Christmas kits I created, was a nice vintage Santa, potential kit. I am inking that, even though we might never see it, but just in case. Okay. But there are things up for sale. There are things going on. So now, this beautiful page is, like, well, this is sort of blah. Why would we want, I mean, it's great. I could cover it and do nothing else with it. But haha, no. I'm like, no. So what we're going to do is actually glue down this. I hate doing it in the middle, but we want to glue it down in a way that we can. Well, way down, right? Yes, coffee dyed paper. Okay, to where that when you open this up, you have a full writing space. You can open it up, write in it, and then you fold it back in and cover it up. So the only thing I just realized is that we'll need another paper clip type ordeal here on this end so it stays closed once it's done, because I don't think it's just going to stay by itself. I also see or feel, will this fit without getting in the way? I think so. I wanted to make sure, but I think we're going to deco both ends here. I think I'm going to cover it on the inside and then just deco, instead of trying to go one inside the other. I think we're going to glue it down perfectly, and then I can deco all the way around all at once. That way I can do a nice clean cut, and so when I go to cut the coffee dyed paper off, I can just cut all the way around, and I have a nice clean thing here. Because we're going to put something here, but we're going to have the bunny and our outside fold. He's going to be on the bottom going up into the back, and then this needed to be a separate piece, but you know what, I don't think I have no clue what that's going to be. Oh, I guess there's another bunny there. Ooh, I think I have a piece. Okay, I'm like, wait, no, I think I have a piece. Okay, so this poor baby is getting thick. It's definitely going to be a huge crocodile mouth. And then these are the pieces. Here's what we're going to use for our journal card. We're going to do a large journal card here. I have this beautiful, large piece of floral paper on cardstock. We're going to fold it in half. Then we're going to put these sort of clustered mirror pieces on both sides to make it writable, layering a little bit of our heart doilies. We have these kit in the pink, the green, with red and white. So it gives you both spring, Christmas, winter, whatever, Christmas and Valentine's all in one. You get 16 of the doilies, which is really sweet in the kit, also in the store too. But so we've got the large journal card and the hidden paper clip, but you know, it's 15 minutes already. So I want to get this as done as possible first with you guys. And I'll have to do the other two. Maybe. Oh, what do I want to do those? Well, the journal card's not a big deal. That's just me cutting and putting it down. So that could be a quick short or something. But hold on. Like, let's use this other. I'm like, there we go. I need it anyway, right? Let's do this. I always try to glue onto like the papers I'm gluing onto, so that maybe. Yeah, either way. Oh, she went all the way around. One of them, like one of the cats went all the way around and came back in. It's so funny though. They'll do that. They'll go out and then they go all the way around. I won't let one out front, and then she'll get frustrated. So she'll go out the back door, and then she'll go up over the fence. She's like, I wanted to be in the front patio. I wanted to be. Yep, there she goes. Yeah, the littlest. I won't. She's not the youngest. I think her and my tuxedo are the same age. Actually, I think they're about 3 or 4 years old. She likes to sit. I have a box of. Don't even think about it. A box of. I don't know if I glue on. I guess it's okay. A box of gift bags and tissue. It's an open box, so I have them just, everything laid on top, and she thinks it's the greatest place to sit. Very interesting. She will sit there, she will bathe, she will do whatever, and I'm like, really? There's the other one. Okay. Yes, they all like coming out here. Like, oh, don't scratch at it though, Kiki. Yeah, I have no idea which bag is now toast. Like, I have a bag that I'll probably never be able to use again. Okay, let's go. I know Saturdays are nice, though. We can do this a little longer, right? We don't have to be as tight for time, maybe, like on the weekdays where, we have things to do and have to get to bed and whatever. We are going to round the corners some point here. Now, I'm hoping the page, because it is a book page, is pretty straight. I think because of the glue, it's a little wet. Definitely have a rougher edge. And because we are doing the decal cut all the way around, it will make it a little smaller, so it won't be so tight on that page. Oh my gosh, I really want to be doing this right now. All right. That way we can just ink it once and corner it, and then we will just, do the panel work like we always do. Wow. I know I'm doing it thin. I feel like I need to get probably foil or something and see if I can sharpen this. My decal cutter is definitely not sharp anymore. Okay. Well, it was definitely messier than I expected. I wasn't hoping to. I'm just trying to not go too straight edge, but I'm gonna have to just, cut at it. All right, that was a mess. Not what I was hoping for there. Whoops. Okay. Well, I'm now covered in paper. All right. So we're going to do this, and we need to score, I think, my spots real quick so that we can keep bending it. But the book page is going to get covered now, right? We're going to... my notes here, right? Glue this down. So this spot will actually get glued to the page. This is going to get folded up. These are going to get folded down. Score, score, score. Yeah, so no, we had a lot of fireworks last night. Oh my gosh. They were definitely... This one's actually going to go this way. That's the other thing is, luckily, with all the folding, we are getting what we need here. Okay, that's going to get folded up. Poor little page has been folded for some time here, so luckily we are backing it because it may not survive if I wasn't. And let's see. Camera. Oh yeah, after all of that, wouldn't that just be sad? Alright, so that goes up, and then this comes down. Okay. So, there's that. So, our bunny's going to start here. No. Yes? Uh-oh. That's up, but go down. Oh, it doesn't work the way I wanted it to. I thought it was going to. Oh, shoot. Whoa. I was hoping when it was sitting here that the bunny would be here, but that wraps to the wrong thing. This gets glued down. So to keep my bunny, he would be here, and all we would see is this botanical edge, which we can decorate. Get down. Or we could do him, this is here, and what's left over gets wrapped up. As it says, but I feel like this is sitting here and it needs to have something, but I didn't expect that I was going to have to panel it in a certain way. Get down, please, mister. You can get down. You don't belong up there. Thank you. Shoot, I didn't catch that when I was doing it. I thought when I did it here, when I go up, it was going to keep... Oh, girl, boy, over here. He's, yeah. No, not the book. Well, can I help you? Gonna come say hi? Are you gonna get in trouble and come say hi? Come on. Hi. Yes, there's the black fur. This is our tuxedo. This is Mew Mew. Hi. You're in the way. I can't do my craft. You're gonna sit there? Oh, careful. His little tummy right here. Yes, we had to get you a new collar. He keeps losing them. They're breakaways, so it's a good thing, but maybe somebody's trying to get a hold of them, or he's not supposed to be. He keeps breaking them off. Yes, I had to go get a 5-pack because you're going to go through them like there's no tomorrow, aren't you? Okay, well, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, because then I thought, okay, we saw the piece of paper, and I was like, well, I can do the other butter. Maybe we'll do the bunny here and the bunny here, and we're just going to have to suck it up and just do it. Honey, baby, come on. Come over here. Come in the box. You know the box. Come sit in the box. Yeah, they don't like, because one will sit in it, and then the other one will be like, wait a minute. That's my box. Why do I smell him? Lay down. I'm watching him for a moment. Make sure he doesn't do anything he's not supposed to. Once in a while. Thank you, love. Okay. Oops, wrong one. So yeah, not quite what I was expecting. Oh, don't you hate that when you thought you're doing it and you think you understand which direction you were doing everything in? Oh, he's getting into trouble. Great. It's gonna be one of those days. Well, I'm not being in all night, but being in enough. Yeah, they're a little antsy today. They didn't want to go out, which was great. I think I let my oldest out at like 1 o'clock because I was like, you cannot have an accident in the house. No, please no. I do not need to wake up to find that my bed is all wet. It's never fun when that. Okay, so we are going to put it here, and we're going to go up to the, yep. Just up to there, huh? So I leave this piece here. Oh, okay. Sort of a bummer when it doesn't work out the way you thought. You're like, oh, okay. So now we'll definitely we're going to have to, do a little bit more design work to that front flap so that it's not so plain. Because I'm like, no, that's not going to work. So let's ink it and get this glued down. And we'll glue it to the page because my last flap doesn't need to be maybe up as much, because we're going to have to decide the inner flap that this one matches with and the top, how we want to deal with it. So I definitely have some continuation of this project. We'll probably intermix them. We will start the pharmacy bag idea with a Subway bag. come Monday, Tuesday, and then later in the week we may come back to this one and work on the layering, the decoring, the extra elements, so you guys can see that one continued on. Possibly, I don't know, unless I can get myself together and do, like I said, just the YouTube shorts, and you can sort of watch decor on camera for 60 seconds, but that's not always fun, but where are you and what are you doing? Oh, I think he's behind the washer and dryer. Oh, there you are. Okay. Ugh. He's in a mischievous mood. Not really my favorite thing. Okay. Looks like I don't need this right now. Let's clog it up. Okay, so now I gotta find, I gotta find my line here. Keep scoring it, I guess. We don't want to really ruin anything. Pulling it the wrong direction, but it's sometimes the only way to do it. There we go. Okay. So when it's closed, you got this. When it's, there's that. So yeah, we definitely need to decorate this. So I thought it was going to go a different way, but what I'm thinking is I'm going to put the bunny and the flower on this bottom corner. And we're going to, I should have done this a different way, but that's all right. I wanted these cornered so that they smoothly worked into each other. I'm wondering if I can, nope. Nope. All right, let's try and see if I could get in there and get those corners rounded. I always forget about that when we're doing the panel work, that you should probably try to corner the paper before you glue it down. And that way there's a nice sort of corner on corner feel. Well, okay. And I don't think I could ink it, because it's not something where you're not going to be able to open up and see this side, because this is something when we open up, we want to see the coffee side. So it opens and you get this continuous, you know, writing space. Always creating more writing space. Always, always, always. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're at that point where, yes, we are over the hour mark, which is fine. But I feel like, I mean, I could keep going and this would be a really long video, but I don't know. You guys aren't really used to long videos, longer than this videos from me. Not too much, so we got to work up to that, right? So I think what we'll do is we'll round this real quick so I remember whatever I put here next needs to also be rounded. Hopefully. Hopefully it helps to remind me, right? Let's find the book. We will get this glued. We're going to get it glued down. So that way all it's left to do is, you know, cover this and decor that, and we need to come back and do something to this. Because I feel it's definitely blander. Like I said, I was really hoping for the bunny. But, you know, it looks nice with this as a continuation. It does have some of the framework and the flowers from that. So if it gets glued down right here, it opens up. And look, you know, you have a complete writing space. So we want to do it right there. Okay, I'm looking for my lines. Go, where do I need to put it? It is thick. So we definitely will want to put another dangle paper clip here. I have the longer 2-inch skinny ones. I think I still have some left. So we will, Cat, what are you getting into? Ay. And he can get outside. I don't know why he's not. I'm like, the door is open inside the house because I wanted it air in the house after last night. Okay, so we're going to glue her right here. She's thick. She lines up almost with this pocket here, actually. So that's sort of cute. Not intentional, but it works. Oh, it's the other cat. Oh my goodness, you two. So now we open up and look, we have this sort of loose, you know, writing page, which is not straight. Isn't that funny? I put it on here to fit the page, and it looks great. But then you open it, and you're like, oh, that's sort of sideways. But it's not meant to stay open either. So yeah, well, it's glued down. I see that now. Working at such an angle. Yeah, there's no, nope. Yeah, there's no way. That's not even dry. Okay, So there's that. We need a paper clip here. Something pretty. Which, unless, well, the hidden paper clip I was going to do is going to be, it's going to totally be sideways and tucked in. So now I have a beautiful, a beautiful lady in yellows and greens that she was going to go as a paper clip here. So yeah, we have decor down here. We have her paper clipped over the edge. And this is actually almost my perfect template. So we have her face right here. What's behind her is just extra fluff. It goes all the way down because we can't really put her sideways. I mean, I could try, but I can't know because of how it kicks. She would get tucked underneath. So I'm like, oh, there's no way for me to get her sideways and still do the proper fold under to make it a hidden paper clip. So no, I was gonna do that right here. She's sitting here, so she's just a little bit of green hitting over here. This does need another paper clip, but to keep it down. So we're just gonna have a hidden one up here, but we're also gonna have one here, a prettier one up here. So whatever journal card you put in here is definitely gonna have no problem. Now we could, I mean, with this concept, I mean, the hidden paper clip could go up here just to have it, to tuck something in, but the whole point was to keep this closed, so, oh, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, okay. Things get going, you're like, oh, there was a whole other aspect I totally forgot about, but we want to keep that closed. So we need to decor that. We need to do the inner panel still, which I think we're just going to put the bunny from down here on it. And when you open it up, you have, like I said, a writing space before you go into some more coffee dyed writing. So we have plenty going on. So hopefully you have a wonderful day. You watch me figure this out and put it together. I had at least the basic idea going. We just couldn't get to the really fun parts of you know, hidden paper clips. But I do love the hidden area here. It is a little bummer that it's not straight because I'm doing this completely sideways. It looked fine when I glued it down until I opened it. Oh well, that's okay. It is getting really fluffy, so working on this, especially on the, I just noticed on the left sides, is a little tricky, but that's okay. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. Hope your rest of your weekend is full of craft moments and creativity, whether it's working on something like an altered book or interactive pages that just, you know, speak to you as you work on your projects, journals, and gifts for people. That if you're doing Christmas, if you're doing botanical, whatever you happen to be doing, you enjoy every moment of it, and that it brings you peace and happiness and a sense of, you know, escape from whatever else is going on. Find your space, find your craft room, and make the most of your time whenever it may be, whether it's 10 minutes or an hour. Craft away, ladies and gentlemen. Really enjoy your time. So I love you all. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you will come back this week. We have, you know, a lot of the same coloring, but we have, you know, hopefully some funner pieces here from our hidden paper clips and our decorating and our ode to Lorette with the pharmacy bag all-in-one lookbook contraption. And I think that's about it. So before you just ramble on to ramble, love you all. We'll talk real soon, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.